Hey, Dev.
They can't see me dancing.
And I get paid extra for that. All right, buddy. We're doing a very quick broadcast. It's just to show you the finished prototype that is being approved for printing. Okay, all the pieces are here. We gave the first one to play the Player's Aid. The only real difference was, I believe, the box cover. The box itself was a little bit too big. It wasn't the 3-inch box size. It was like 3.5 inches, 3.25 inch, and would cause all kinds of shipping issues. So we got it back. It was 4 days late than we were told. And anyway, long and short story is we got it in today, and we're going to do an unboxing. Now, I'm going to state this now. I'm doing this upside down. Okay. So let's see. How do I do this? This way? No. That way? All right. Okay. Not quite what I wanted. Hey.
All right. You go.
All right. So, everybody, this is the new box. Okay. Again, looks very similar. Okay. It's 3 inches. Okay. The back is slightly different. Really, when they adjusted the box, got a little bit different text here, pictures. That's about it. Okay. So we're going to just jump right into this. Sean could not be here tonight due to other commitments, and we just, Devin felt it was better for us to get this out the door faster because we were behind. People have asked, what is the ship date? It depends how fast China gets it to us. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and try to show this off as best I can. These are the core rules. Okay, these are this rule book with Rev 44. I don't know if you can see that, guys. Okay, let me just
Well, it's better than Rev 65 or 66 that we have on Lock and Load Tactical 5.1 right now.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so there's your rule book. Okay, nice color rule book. Okay, Sean, I think, did an excellent job. And again, you're going to be hearing from the Player's Aid and some other gentlemen that have asked for preview copies, and they should be coming pretty soon. Okay, we will have another show. This, like I said, we just wanted to show everyone who's waiting because it took them longer than we anticipated. I'm just kind of flipping through this and and it's upside down, like I said, to me. But again, this rubric is already online, by the way. I believe it's this rubric, isn't it, Devin, on the online library?
Yep. We've got the most current version up there.
Okay, so you don't have to just glance to that. Here is the module rules and scenarios, version 1.0. Revision, is that 21, Dev? 21?
Yep, looks like 21.
Okay. And there's hopefully I'll get this gentleman's name right. There's an actual short story in the beginning of the book, and it was, I'm trying to see the guy's name.
Should be on the back with the credits.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the back of the box is upside down, of course. Hold on a second, gentlemen. We got another writer to join us. Stephen H. Wilson's his name. From what I've seen of his writing so far, I've been very impressed. I think you guys will like it. He's writing another short story book for us. Has the rules here, introduction, how to create your own scenarios to boot. Okay, propaganda ads, of course. Here's a scenario. The scenario designers, I believe, are you, Devin. Sean did a lot of them, and Key Traction from World at War 85 fame.
Yep. Bulk of them were done by Sean, and then Keith and I have got 2, 3, or 4 scenarios added in there as well.
Okay. Do you remember how many scenarios are included in this?
Oh, 22, 23, if I remember correctly, right around that number. There's a ton of scenarios in the game.
This is a 2-part map, okay? You do not need the map to play. Okay, you can play this just on the table. Honestly, this was more that I felt it was kind of hard to keep control of what you were doing sometimes. Once you played it 2 or 3 times, I didn't find this necessary, but this does help visualize it better. So this is one half of the map. Okay. Just move that over here. And this is the other half of the map. We're toying with the idea. Okay, it's a thin cardstock. It does fold nicely. It's not mounted. It will fit easily under a plexiglass. Okay.
We've got a couple questions, comments I want to touch on real quick. How I can clear my throat. How many pages are the rules? I got one person asking that.
How many pages?
Yep.
Okay. Our rule books on general are 12-point, not the normal 8-point or 10-point from other companies.
Big font, big pictures.
Yeah, big font. We have a lot of color examples in ours. All the way to the cover. Again, sorry guys, I know it's upside down for you. It's right to the back cover. This is the back cover. It's 95 pages. Okay. And like I said, if you can see, it's pretty large text. We have all these tables in here, a lot of
lots
images.
of examples, lots of designer notes. So yeah.
I mean, Sean can easily show you to play this. Probably about 15 minutes. Okay.
And our buddy Wardrobe was asking, is this solo or like up front, sort of? Well, it's both. It can be played 2 players, kind of like up front, but it also has a fully integrated solo system, so you can solo the game against yourself.
Yeah, it's if you're familiar a little bit, it's not obviously exactly the same with what we do with Lock'n'Load Tactical, Solo, or Nations at War, World War 5. Solo, it's similar to that. So I'm trying to take the counter sheet out, and as you know, our counters come out pretty easily, and I'm making a mess. Okay, so here's one of the counter sheets. And now what we did, what Sean did, the Ziploc bag's going to be the death of me. Okay. If you noticed on the map, I'm just going to take a part of this map here. Okay, you guys can see that it says, B0, C0, C1. I remember I said you didn't need the map, and the reason you don't need the map, and again, I knocked some of the counters out, so sorry, John, is you can use the letters with some of the numbers. So this way you can put, on the table, C3 sector, and you'll know where it is, and relatively speaking. But here's the counters. They're very thick, guys. Okay? None of you guys will have any problems picking it up. Of course, they're rounded. They pop right out like they always do for us. Okay?
Real big text.
Yeah. So there you go. There, I just dropped another counter again. Deal with that later. Andre, I forget his last name. Sorry, Andre. He came in and did an excellent, I don't mean good, an excellent job helping us with the Playwright Cards. When you design a game, a lot of the times, you design and give you cards, you kind of go with them. But, I really give kudos for Sean. Sean really thought the cards were better than what he came up with himself. And he just did a bang-up job. I'm going to kind of fly through these a little bit. You got your sequence of play. Okay. This is more of a terrain. Player's aid tells you what to do, what rules. Okay. Bog, line of sight. All pretty well spaced out here. Here's another one. Okay. All the Playwright cards are labeled on top here. Again, you got your bog summary, you got your stacking limits. Okay. This is your infantry assets, buttons attack, different sectors, how the units will move. It's color coded as well. And I want to point out also, they put all the rule numbers down. So when you want to go look up something, you can quickly. Okay. And again, I believe Sean and Devin, or Devin and I, or somebody will be playing this live on Tabletop Simulator. There are some playthroughs of it too, but the actual same components that you're seeing here. Now, the icons are put on these cards as well. Devin, I'm not showing something that's clear. Just let me know, because I'm looking at the cards, not at the camera.
Well, the camera's not really showing in real good either, just because of the resolution. But yeah, white phosphorus, smoke, sniper checks.
It's also showing the rule numbers as well as the icon for the card.
It's a very icon-driven game, and there's a lot of icons, but they're not that hard to figure out what the icons are. Once you got the iconography down, in fact, their Playwright card coming up is showing what all of them represent and the associated rules numbers. So we tried to make the Playwright cards as easy as possible for people to just, all right, by rule number or by name or by iconography, and just, all right, this is a sniper, this is the rule section in the rule book we go for, just to try to make people's lives a lot easier.
How's that?
Touch fuzzy, but I think most people can get the.
Yeah,
I think most
it's
people.
It's a 1080p camera too, but I'm using for this.
Well, it's having a little hard time focusing in when you're moving the card all around, all over the place.
All right, these are the solo cards. Okay, all the solo rules are included. If you buy the base game,
may want to scooch it a little bit further away from here. We're only seeing about half the. There you go.
All right, let me just see if there's any other guys. All right, ID Jester. Hey, Kurt, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Devin's a workaholic, man. He just told me I do it now, I don't do it at all. So here we are.
Hey, he lets me get away with it, so I'm going to keep abusing him.
Okay. Got the rules. What's up ID? I'm not sure what that means.
Wardrobe was saying hi to ID Jester.
Oh. Okay, sorry there, guys. I've had a lot of coffee, but it's wore off by now. Western Friend 44 and forward. Yes, pretty much after the initial or right as the Normandy invasion's taking place. Yeah, we are gonna, like I said, this is more to show the prototype, because we're telling China to go with this, and China has promised us, because of the delay, we will be on the top of the queue to get this printed on a boat. We'll see how truthful it is. But I have to say the printer's been very good. It's a new printer, but we demanded another prototype when the box was wrong, and they made a brand new one from scratch. He sent us everything all over again. So they're doing a good job so far, guys. I can't really complain. Okay. Chet Bell, any other conflicts in the works? Listen, it could go to the Pacific, it could go to North Africa, it could go to Eastern Front. Sean is open to everything. Okay, so if it does well, Sean is really. I mean, this is Sean's, baby. We talked about making a lock and load tactical. This is a lock and load tactical. Our version lock and load tactical on Upfront. But as we played it and it moved away from that, it just plays so smooth, and it really has line of sight. When was the last time we really saw line of sight in a card game on this level? Probably, I can't think of one, but I'm not saying this. The feature I like most about the game is easily the fact that if you play some card games or most card games, you got your hand there, and what happens? You cannot do anything because you don't have the right card. And that, so you can, sometimes you can sit there not long at all. Sometimes you can sit there a long time, and it's very frustrating. Sean came up with a mechanic in the game that lets you take any other card that doesn't have the card you need, but still lets you do something. There's just an additional penalty, so you're not waiting to do something. You're always going with the other opponent, playing your game or playing solitaire. Someone's asking me about how can you get the game. Okay, right now it is in what we call late pledge mode. BackerKit is doing this. You can order it from that link. If you go to our LNLP store, go to P500, it says pre-orders. You'll find it right there. We also have a new service called Notify Me, and you'll see a lot of games that are reprint or things that are coming up that we're not really selling yet, but people know about it. You can put your email down, and when it goes live or goes on crowdfunding or P500 to be ordered, send an email to you guys and let you know, hey, you guys can come in and get this. So there's your pledge for that. A link for that, excuse me.
I even had a question come across Discord today that someone had just discovered this, and they were wondering, if I order it now, do I still get all the stretch goals? Yes, you will.
Yes,
you order it now, you will.
Right. There's two things people have thought we weren't given, and I'm kind of chuckling a little bit here. If you go on the pre-order page, which I can do, you will see a spiral-bound companion book and a spiral-bound core rules. You do not need those books. They were there for those who prefer the spiral-bound books. It comes with a rule book, and it comes with the companion book is basically the charts and tables in a book with all the module rules and scenarios. The modular scenario booklet that we showed you a little bit earlier is the same book. The charts and tables are added to it. We made those books for those who wanted to have a spiral-bound book to hold it flat on the table, but it's really used mostly for people who just want to buy the companion book and play it on any virtual system such as Tabletop Simulator or Vassal.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else? Todd, actually, we do have work being done on Nations at War. We have a lot of computer work being done, and we have a major board game thing being done to it, but we're not ready to go into that. Okay, so anyway, these are the cards. We're going back to this for the solo stuff. All flow charts, nice and simple to follow. May look a little dense, but in reality, it's really not that hard to follow. And again, if you're familiar with the solo system, you should have even less of a confusion with this.
Yeah, the solo system from Lock and Load Tactical.
Okay, so I'm going to move these cards out of the way. I doubt I'm going to be able to lift this up well. We do have its own tray in here. Okay. We have the gentleman who made the Playwright Cards. His name is Andre. He made, I guess, an insert. So if you have your cards in sleeves, you can use this insert. I have to talk to Andre exactly what's involved. If it's something we can just put up and people can download and use at their leisure. But we put all the cards in here. I'm only going to take some of these out. Here I'm not. Okay. Here's your dice. Okay, leader cards. Because I got to open these too, so hold on. I know Dev has done, not Jeff. Gimpy has done the boot camp videos for this. I think he's got a few more to go, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's got most of the rule sets down. I think there's only just a small handful of rule sections he needs to go through yet.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to break through these cards here. I'm going to do them upside down. You'll see there's duplicates in these cards. Okay, I'll bring some other cards up on the screen in a bit. Okay, when I bring the other cards up on the screen, it'll give you a better. We'll go over some of the digits. Devin knows these pretty well. At least that's what he told me before we started. Okay. Oh, and I just want to say, because Kurt's online, Kurt, this is just for you. Okay, don't get too excited. Look at the back of the cards, buddy. Okay, they're all the same. Okay, I'm kind of ribbing Kurt a little bit, but it is, when you get a good printer, they should make all the backs, fronts match. You shouldn't be able to tell what print run it is. All the cards have an ID number on them. Okay. So you can see what cards you're looking at. Okay. And icons, I guess we'll explain in a minute. Shane Logan did the artwork for this game, and he's done a lot of other games for other companies. I'm very impressed with his artwork. and we were really honored and lucky to have him be part of this. Okay, so we have that there.
Yeah, Kirk was also asking how many how many cards are in the game. I think there's over 800 cards.
Okay, let's try doing this.
You're gonna dump all the cards out doing that, David.
Those nothing simple, guys. Okay, there's 119 mini cards, 698 poker size cards.
So yeah, over 800 cards. Yeah.
I see there's 160 counters, 2 dice, 9 double-sided, 8.5 by 11 Playwrights, the 2 rule books you saw. Did I miss anything?
Box and the lid.
Box and the lid.
And the insert.
And the insert. Okay. So I'm going to turn this camera off. You guys got anything else you may want me to show you when I have this here right now before I show you some images? Go ahead and ask.
Yes. Yes, it is, wardrobe. That is a lot of cards.
There's a lot of he's got the French Resistance. He's got Canadians. The Canadians really get a good show in this game along with the British. I know a lot of our Canadian buddies, they kind of always end up taking a back seat. Not the case here.
We've even got some Canadian specific armored vehicles.
Okay. We're not making, Kurt asked, are we making special card sleeves? No, we might do that going forward. We didn't do that with this. I suppose if we made half as many cards, we could have put card sleeves on here to fit in the box. The problem with us is we don't like a lot of modules. We like to try to get you guys to buy the game, and you've got a complete game, not a game that feels like it's 70% there, and then you've got to buy something else. So that's pretty much it. So this is why there's 700, well, almost 800 cards, as Devin said in this, when you cut out the leader cards and everything else. Someone's asked me about the leader cards. I will open that up for you. Hold on.
Although, with as many games as we've been releasing here lately that are using cards, World at War, Nations at War is going to shift to cards eventually with new titles. The new Lock and Load Tactical modules coming with data cards and everything. It might not be a bad idea for us to come up with a Lock and Load Tactical sleeve or Lock and Load sleeve and offer it as a separate.
We actually have Lock and Load Tactical. We actually have Lock and Load sleeves. Okay. The problem is the getting enough of them to make them fit in the box. You know.
Well, we could offer them as a separate purchase, although
but once
we may not want to do that.
Yeah. So yes, it's shipping on Monday. I'm lying. So okay, these are your leaders. Okay, and the smaller. So basically, this is a poor way of doing this, but you put your guy down on the table there. Just move this away. Oh, a second. Get rid of the glare a little bit. Too dark?
That should be good.
Okay.
A little bit of glare in the upper corner, but I think we can live with that.
Okay, so there's and then you have your leader card that you can put next to it. It fits on the map pretty nicely. Again, I'll break this out one more time. Hold on.
Support weapons are also the same size as leader cards. So your MG42s, your 50 calibers, your 30 caliber machine guns, bazookas, Panzerfaust, Panzerschrecks, all that stuff. They're also the small mini card size.
So, so you can do things like this. You can put them like that, and that's the purpose of what you're seeing there. And again, if you use the cards, you don't need it that way. And when a unit is spent, it turns like that. Oops. Bring this back up here like that. So here's American leaders. I know that the camera is being annoying. because my pudgy fingers aren't helping. Okay. And here's a flamethrower, radio, satchel charge, machine gun. Rhino, I'm not even sure what that is, Dev.
That's what they put on the front of the Sherman tank so they get through the Bocage territory.
Here is some of the English, okay, leaders. Let me just see if I can find some other Canadians. Got to be here too somewhere, right? Ah, here, these must be the Canadians, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Okay, here are the Canadians. Okay. It's not the same. Here we go. And he has some Free French. Not Free French, I'm sorry. French Resistance.
French partisans, yep.
Yeah. And he has some German anti-tank guns. Oh no, these are Panzerfaust, I believe. Something like
no, that. That's an anti-tank. The Pupchin was an early war anti-tank. Kind of used a rocket propelled. It was like a 120 millimeter, obscenely huge, very short range, highly inaccurate, and they kind of phased them out by 1942.
Okay.
But they had a cool name, Pupchin.
Okay, so we got those for you. We got yes, all the stretch goals were unlocked. Tim, the new timeline for delivery. We just approving this final prototype. They're telling us, and I'm saying this with a lot of, see if they mean it. They're telling us that they should be able to do this, finish printing this in about a month or less. Okay, we're going to get about half a dozen to a dozen games shipped to us. We're going to send those out to the design and previews, and how long it takes from the boat to here. They're saying a month. Okay, they are handling. One of the reasons we use them is because this new company handles all the shipping. So we're not getting involved in it. It's just going to show up at the warehouse, and we're going to be good to go. Okay. Okay, it's the card. Dev?
Yes, each card is either a squad, a vehicle. It's the same scale as Lock and Load Tactical. So infantry units are squads, tanks are individual tanks, anti-tank guns are individual anti-tank guns, and of course, leaders are individual leaders, support weapons are individual support weapons.
Okay. Dev, I'm going to try to throw some graphics up here.
Yep, we can get into that.
Okay. Kurt's asking a question there.
Yep. For the most part, well, there's a lot of colored circles, and each of them mean different things depending on what the color of them is. So you might have one color circle that's the leadership modifier. You might have one colored circle that's the morale. All right, so let's take a look at the Jeep in the lower left-hand corner. Anything that's in green, that kind of blue color, that's the morale level of the unit. So the airborne squadron up there, you can see it's got the blue 6. That's about a morale 6. The infantry squad's got a blue 5. It's got a morale 5. The Jeep's got a 6. The M4A1's got a 6 as well. Anything in red is infantry firepower value, and if you're familiar with Lock and Load Tactical, it's pretty much the same mechanics we use there. You take your infantry firepower value plus a D6 plus modifiers, compare it to the defender's dice roll and his all modifiers, and whatever the difference is. If it's positive, it's good for the attacker. If it's not, then no effect. Black would be the armor piercing value for using against enemy tanks. The red triangle is for, okay, so you got the red on the M4, you've got the red triangle and the red circle. One of them is for the bow machine gun. The circle is for the coax 50 caliber. So that one actually has 2 infantry firepower attacks. It can make a turn, one out of its bow, one out of anywhere, the 360 degree. see some other. Oh, and at the very bottom, you see the M4. You've got the red, yellow, and white. Those are the different range bands and what the to hit number is, and what the armor piercing value is. Oh, okay, that's right. The black 3 is the armor, not the armor piercing. The armor piercing value is down at the bottom, depending on what range you is. And we went with a really more simple range band. It's not, you don't count out hexes, you count out sectors. And red is 1 to 2 sectors, yellow is like 3 to 4, and white is 5 or more sectors away. So it's kind of more of a simplified version than what we have in Lock and Load Tactical, where you're counting out hexes. But it's basically the same idea. Range, that'll give you to hit, and that'll also determine what your penetration number is. Compare the penetration number to the target armor value, and just roll it out like you do in Lock and Load Tactical. You roll higher, you penetrate, destroy. You roll lower, you don't. The shell goes bang, and you hurt somebody's ears. All right, so here we got some leader cards. Again, the blue 6 is their blue 6, and the blue 5, that's their morale value. The teal, the 1 in the teal, is their leadership modifier, which is just like the leadership modifier that you see in Lock and Load Tactical. It modifies their to hits, it modifies the spot rolls, it modifies ordnance hit charts. But in this one, we've got something a little bit extra down at the bottom, is that each leader every turn can do 1 of 2 unique mechanics that they're allowed to do. You can kind of see that with the white turning to the black arrow. And depending on what the iconography is, so like Lieutenant Werner, he's got the flag or a helmet. So he can do either one of those 2 things at least once a turn. Flag, if I remember correctly, is a recon, and helmet is a rally. I think I may be off on those. Don't quote me on that. It's been a little while since I played the game. So each leader has at least 2 different abilities that they can do once per impulse, once every time they activate. You know, they can tap to do that. I can't say tap. Magical Suis if we say that. When they spend, which is turning them on the side, they can do that once per turn. So that's kind of a neat new mechanic that we have that we don't see in Lock and Load Tactical, because leaders can only just do one thing or a number of things, but they don't get any bonuses to it.
Okay. It's a quick little commercial. We do have a sale going on. If you got our newsletter, I did make an error. Okay, I wrote heroes and I left off the E, so it looks like that was me. It looks like the people think, oh, the code doesn't work. I put both codes in the system, so either code will work. It doesn't matter. It was the same discount, but that's on me, gentlemen. Okay, here we go.
Okay, you got some Germans here again. And one thing I didn't point out earlier, you've got these white and black flags in the upper right-hand corner. Those are victory condition flags. You're going to see objective markers will have a certain number of flags on them, being a mixture of, there we go, white and black. So basically, mines, that's just a terrain card. You walk into that, you go boom, stream, that's, you don't want to end up with a stream. But the supply dump is an objective marker. You see it's got 2 black flags and 1 white flag. To capture that, you have to have 2 black flags worth of units and 1 white flag worth of units in that sector where the supply dump is at. Now you notice all these, the 76 millimeter ATG, the 88, the 50 millimeter, they have 1 black flag. 60 millimeter mortar has no flags on it, so it can't capture anything. Let's go back a couple. So where the German armor was that we had. So the infantry squad has 1 white flag, and you can kind of see Panzer IV-G has 1 black flag. The Stug 3, but look at the Tiger. The Tiger has 2 black flags. That means it counts for 2 black flags when capturing an objective. So Tigers are really good at capturing objectives, especially with lots of black flags. Now you will find some support weapons that the infantry carry count as black flags, like Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck, Bazooka, Piat. They will count as a black flag capture. But I don't recall any vehicles that count as white flags. So ordnance infantry can capture black flag locations if they've got the right ordnance to go along with them.
Not sure the answer to that.
It's just something that you and Sean came up with.
It was I made a comment and Sean presented the design, and it's been in play for a while. I mean, Sean's really working this for a God, it's got to be at least 3 years now, maybe 4. Right?
I think it's closer to. I honestly think it's closer to 5 because it was WBC before the it was 1 or 2 WBCs before the pandemic kicked in. So that was like 17 or 18. So it's been a long time though. Sean has been working on it for a long time.
I want to know where the name of the series came from. That was me, actually. Point Blank, I believe actually the Point Blank part came from Ralph Ferrari, if I'm not sure. He's the gentleman designing Heroes of Granada for Lockdown Tactical. Yep. I think Sean suggested the name. I think Ralph suggested the name to Sean. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. The V for Victory. My idea for the box cover was very similar to an old computer game series. I think it was called actually V for Victory or something.
The series was V for Victory. Yeah, there was several of them that they did. There was Veliki Lukai. I know that one because I own that one. I think there was a D-Day one that they had as well. There was about 4 or 5 in that series that was called V for Victory.
And the idea was to have the two forces facing each other, kind of, in that spirit of things. And I just thought V for Victory was a great name for that. And Sean said, go for it. Every now and then they like to toss me a bone and let me win one of these arguments. So
see, that's why you make sure that your profile's got your most up-to-date address on it, Wardrobe.
Yeah, I can't say much of, but if you do have a problem, Darren does our support. And if you go to support, https support.llnlpublishing.com, open up a ticket and just tell me order number, give him as much information. He can do his best to help you there. Yeah, Kurt, you got to get together with Sean. He's busting my chops about this as well. He's working on a fantasy game kind of in the veil of Nations at War. That's all I'm going to say. He hasn't sold me on it, but I haven't said no, so we'll have to go.
I'm kind of working on David as well because I'd love us to do a fantasy game as well.
The 2 games I've been playing that I've actually enjoyed, Kurt, you're going to have to wait. Hold on. I've been playing Dark Tower quite a bit, and we've been liking that. And we've been playing Gloomhaven. I don't know why I enjoyed that, but it was good. I normally don't like fantasy games, but okay, what have we got here? Did one artist do all the? Yes, I believe all the cards were done by Shane Logan. I don't believe anyone else did a card. The cover, I also believe is Shane Logan.
I think Shane did the cover as well. Yeah, I think he's the only one that did all the artwork for Point Blank.
And he did the map too. I know he did the map.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go. He is the guy. Okay, let's see what else we have here for you real quick. Someone's asking about, let me just see what the picture is here. Oops, we weren't supposed to show that.
Oopsie.
That might be the next one coming up on GameFound. So
look, it is up on GameFound.
Oh, it's not live yet. It's not live yet. Blackwell's still putting things down. Oops, shouldn't have seen that. No one say anything. Okay. All right. Well, do we have anything else? Let me just put up one more time. That's the late pledges. Like I said, it'll allow you to do that. You don't need the companion book. The companion book is the modules and scenarios with the player aids. It's mostly used for guys who don't want to buy the whole game but want to be able to play it online. It's our way of providing you a book so you don't need the game. And the rule book, again, you can view it online or you can download it
for free.
For free. I think we have a link here for our. Let me just see where it went. There we go. That link right there, okay, that takes you to our online library. You'll be able to find most of our rulebooks. Not all of them are there yet, just because it's a little time consuming. We do update them. They can be downloaded from there. They can be printed from there, guys. So feel free to go ahead and use that. There will be a Vassal module and a Tabletop Simulator module. It will not be released before the games are in the gamer's hands. Okay? To the public, at least. Yes, we just used. We're all part of the secret He-Man's Women Haters Club. Secret Picky. All right, guys. You have anything else? We just didn't want to make this long. We really just wanted to give you guys, the guys who did support us. Hey, we really do appreciate it. For those who don't realize, we do have right now Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, a new Lock and Load tactical game. It is up on GameFound. There you go. And all the stretch goals have been unlocked. I do have a quick thing for you guys you can make comments on. We're thinking going forward of taking all the stretch goals and just making them day one, box one, you get them. Okay? And making the pledge time, crowdfunding time about 21 days. That's 3 weeks. And give everybody a chance to order it. They don't have to worry about, oh, is this module unlocked? Is that module unlocked? Did I get this stretch goal? It's all done. To me, wargamers are completists. They want it all. Okay, and that's what we're trying to do. So just let us know what you think about that. Actually, the He-Man's Women Haters Club, I believe that comes from the Little Rascals, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that Alfalfa? Isn't there a little group club there? It may be part of Al Bundy's too. The wing and the prayer is a matter of, we're not sure what we want to do with that yet. We can just do a second edition, or we're going to look to enhance it. I haven't decided yet, so that's on me, guys. Stuka, that's all on Devin right now. Everything is done with Stuka, okay? All the maps, the counters. Devin's just play testing it one more time and modifying the rulebook. Let me just see if I have 1 or 2 little pictures here. I'll show you, and I don't think I do really. No, I don't have any more pictures on here, guys. But again, we will have Gattato on here. We will be talking about it. So it's not like it's not going to get promoted. And same thing if you have a Napoleonic game, Glory and Empire, First Victories. You're going to be seeing that real soon. I think that's going to surprise a lot of you guys. Yeah, I just, I don't think anyone goes to Kickstarter and goes, oh my God, there's a war game, and just goes and buys it. You guys go there because we're telling you, or you're reading it on Facebook from someone else telling you. It's not, it's not you just walk in and you see something. So I think it's a little bit different, but we'll see.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why we shifted over to GameFound, because GameFound just primarily covers games, so it more caters to gamers. And Kickstarter is, I think I saw my napkin designs. It's like, really, you're really kickstarting your napkin designs. So that's one of the reasons why we did the shift to GameFound. It's just we found that the back end was more compatible to our needs.
Yeah. There's a little bit more to that story, but I'm not allowed to talk about it, I'm told, by counsel.
It's your counsel, not mine. I wasn't going to mention anything.
Yeah, no, Sean sat down with me today earlier. We went through every single card, made sure the right amounts were there, the right numbers. The 2 kits we've gotten have been perfect, guys. Not one thing wrong with anything. It's been really nice to see. We actually have 2 coming out. I couldn't find one, and now we have 2. We have what is the other one called? It's Waterloo, and
Close Quarter Battles.
Close Quarter Battles Waterloo. I forget the designer's name, but again, we're going to give each one its own little show and talk about it. The big thing about that is that the scale for Napoleonic is normally not done. It's kind of like a Nations at War scale, would you say?
It's more a tactical level. I mean, for most Napoleonic War games out there, the big ones, La Bataille, any of those, they're usually done at the brigade and the battalion level because the battles were just so massive. I mean, brigade and battalion's about the smallest level that you can get to get the entire campaign on. This one is actually at the company scale. So you're seeing very close-up fights. And the first two we have for Hougoumont, and I can never remember what the other one is. But basically, the Hougoumont. No, that's the other game. Vermillion, that's the other one. But so like Hougoumont, normally you're doing a Waterloo, and you've got the big map. Hougoumont is kind of like one hex on the battlefield. So yep, there's the Hougoumont farm, but it's one hex. In this scale, it's the entire map and then some. So I'm looking forward to it because it's just in a scale you don't see, which is the company scale. You just don't see company scale Napoleonics. So yeah, so the entire game or the entire scenario would be basically you're playing out what would be a dice roll in like La Bataille or something like that. So I think that's kind of unique and kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to that one.
All right, guys. So again, late pledges, it's not going to stay open long, okay? Because now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay, so if you're interested, now's a good time to order it. If you have any questions, bother Devin and I, okay, or Sean, you can find us all over the place. We hope you liked it. Like I said, the quality, the cards, the counters, top notch. I'm very, very impressed, very happy with the printer at this moment. I hope you enjoyed it. It's unscheduled. I'll broadcast. We'll pick one. Probably, I know, Saturday, next week, the following week, and we'll try to get a real show going on with different graphics and different things, Stuker and everything else. Hey, Kurt, when you get a second, give me a call. Let's set something up. I know I told you we would, and I think we're ready for it now. Compass Rose, thank you. Okay, well, Jack, should I play the music for you, Dev? Do you need that?
Nah, we didn't have the intro music. It's kind of if we don't have the intro and the outro music, it's just not the same.
Oh, I think you're being a little babyish there. So
here you go, maybe just a little bit.
Well, that is all you have for this episode. Keep gaming, and may God bless you and keep you until next time. On the air is a Lock and Load Publishing production.